What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going through the square golf putting practice. I'm going to try my hand at doing some simulator putting. I will note, and I will preface this is only day number 2 of, well, I guess kind of 3. I got it Friday afternoon, today's Sunday, so Friday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday, so like day 2.5, day 3. This is only day 2.5, 3 of me actually owning this unit and actually for the first time hitting putts on a simulator. So it's not going to be pretty. I'm going to try to judge some distance the best that I can, and I'll probably revisit this in the future. But I wanted to show you guys the capabilities of a few different options here within Square. So what we're going to do is we're on the home menu or the home page here within Square. We're going to go into putting practice, as I said, and I have it set to the green speed. I feel like I did a live stream last night for a while, and I played some square. I did some square putting. I played 18 holes at the Square courses, and then I went over to GS Pro. It seems like the green speeds within Square are a lot quicker than at least the ones that I was playing with in GS Pro. Unfortunately, 8, and I was using 8 last night. 8's the lowest you can go. You can go all the way up to 13, but we're going to leave it at 8, and even that's probably going to be kind of quick. And we're going to do random, so you can do either fixed, which obviously is just like the same putt. If you want to practice 10 footers, 20 footers, you do the same putts over and over again. You can do increasing distance, and you can set the distances to whatever you want, or you can do random. So we're going to do random here and really try to challenge myself. The minimum distance you can go is 5 feet, so we're going to leave it at that. And then the maximum distance you can go to is 50 feet, which is a pretty long putt, but we're going to leave it at that. And we're going to see what we can do from random distances putting from 5 feet to 50 feet. I'm not sure if there is like an end on this, if you just keep going, but we'll probably go for about 15-20 minutes, see how many putts I can hit. I'm not sure. Again, I know a little bit's getting cut off. Up in the top left it says the time, which we just started it, and it says underneath it, which I think you guys aren't seeing, it just says hole in / putts, and it says 0 out of 0 because we haven't hit one yet. So that'll just give me the tally. Over on the right, it gives you the ball speed, the direction, how far you hit it, and then to the hole, those kind of things. But I don't know if it's like, I'm pretty sure it's not like you hit 10 or 20 putts and then it gives you like a score at the end. Maybe it will, but we'll see what we get to after about 15 or 20 minutes, and then we'll call it a day. But starting off here, I do have the projector on. It's really dark. It's a pretty crappy projector, so you can't see much. I can kind of see it, but you guys have the screen going, so it should look a lot better. But starting off with a 33-footer, we got the Odyssey White Hot Versa 1 here, which you guys have been seeing in some of my putting live streams. Got the Super Stroke Tour 2.0 grip on it. Absolutely love this putter. So we'll see if I can putt it halfway as good on the simulator as I can in real life. Definitely a learning curve here. Definitely going to take me a while to get used to it and try to kind of hone some of my skills here. But let's see what we can do with 33 feet. Again, I'm definitely more of a field type putter. It's kind of tough for me to figure out in my head what a 33-foot putt feels like, but we'll see. We'll see with these random distances what we get. Not too bad, a little bit short. So we hit that 27. Need an extra 6 feet on that. Now we're back to 39. But as you can see, the fact that, I mean, this really is a very feature-rich unit. 1, how accurate it is. 2, all the capabilities with hitting everything from putting all the way up to driver. 3, the instantaneous response from when you either putt it or hit it. As soon as I either hit a putt or I hit a shot, as soon as I look up, the ball's already in the air, which is crazy. It's got to be one of the fastest. I've said it before. It's got to be one of the fastest, if not the fastest, response times in the entire market. And the fact that it integrates for free with GS Pro. A lot of boxes that are being checked off by this unit, but 39 feet. Gonna have to give this one a little bit more here. Pulled it a little bit. Pretty good speed though, honestly. I mean, I pulled it, but that's right next to the cup. That's definitely more luck than anything else because I'm kind of guessing right now. But I'll take that all day long. If I could do that consistently, obviously I'd be a pretty good sim golf putter by the end of it. But all right, 10-footer. It is worth noting because I'm limited on space, I'm kind of offset over here. So my start line and my center line is pretty much where this ball is. It's about over towards like this ripple in the screen, if you can see that, just like kind of over here towards the left of this grommet. So that's kind of my center line. I need to figure out a definite way that I can see exactly where my center point is. Maybe either a laser pointer, maybe putting down one of those alignment sticks. That would get in the way for the putting. But maybe even like a little bit of a piece of tape or something, just so I know like my exact straight line, which would be nice. But 10-footer. Pulled that one too, at least it felt like it, yep. And a little bit too much, or a lot. 6 feet too much. Alright, 46 feet now. So I feel like I was hitting those kind of straight, but I must have been starting it a little too far left. I gotta go a little bit further to the right. Again, without having a definite spot of where my straight line is, I'm kind of guessing, so to speak, almost of where my straight line should be, which isn't ideal for something as delicate as this is. But from all accounts, the putting is very accurate. It felt like I pulled that one, and I probably started it too left, and it did. It launched 1.3 to the left, 6 miles an hour, and it did feel like a pull. So if I really figure out my start line, and I can do a definite test of slightly pushing, slightly pulling putts, I have no doubts that this thing is picking them up correctly. 46 feet. That's probably going to go. And that one didn't register. So I've been experiencing that a little bit with, I mentioned it in a previous video I just did. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's because maybe there was a little bit of a bobble when I putted that, but I haven't had, I don't think, a single no read from all the shots I've hit with like wedges, all my clubs, all my irons. I don't think I've had a single no read if the green light's on and it says ready, but I have had a decent amount of no reads with putts. I'm sure at this point it's probably user error. It's probably something that I'm doing wrong. But if any of you out there have experienced that, and let me know if I can do anything differently, whether it's how I have it set up, how I'm putting, how I'm rolling. I know this isn't like a ideal putting mat by any means. I would say it works probably 75% of the time, just as a rough estimate. But there are some like that where it says it's ready, it's in the hitting zone. I feel like I hit a relatively flat, decent putt, and it just doesn't go. But let's try that again. That one went. Did we get it there? A little bit short. Baby in it. It was coming up long, coming up short. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those things. I'm going to start turning on putting for my GS Pro rounds. This is going to be one of those things where I'm going to have to probably spend hours on end, multiple different days, just practicing putting to really get a good feel for how hard a 10-foot if I can talk, how hard a 10-foot putt feels, how hard a 20-foot putt feels, that kind of stuff. I know some people with more space, they can, and they have a completely flat surface all the way up to the screen, they can kind of measure out. Like right now, I think I'm at 4 feet 8 inches from the center line to the start of the screen. People with some more space, they can say, all right, I need to, if they're at 10 feet, I need to get to the bottom of the net for a 10-foot putt, or I need to have it feel like 2 screen lengths. I don't unfortunately have that, but it's just going to be more of a trial and error experiment type of feel thing, I think. 44. May need to go. That was pushed. All right, decent speed. We'll take that. Still haven't hit one yet, but before I was pulling them, now I'm pushing them. You got to find a happy middle ground. 33 feet. And another one again. I don't know. It seems like I'm doing the same thing. Why those don't go, I'm not sure. But it's worth noting, I am using just a regular ball. Maybe some of those no reads would get solved if I was using the square one. I could try that and see if we get any more of those. Not really sure. That's kind of like, there's been times like this, I've hit a couple in a row and it doesn't go. That's probably my main gripe so far with this unit. Everything else has been awesome, and honestly even better than expected, but I don't know. I don't know why that's doing that. And like it's the infrared's turning on and off, so it's like it's picking up that like the club's going by, but That's what now, 3 in a row? I guess we can try. I'm only hitting putts, so we can try the square ball and see if that solves any of it. Could be the lighting, could be a lot of things. Four in a row. And I don't know, I know the ready is coming from my laptop that's behind me. You maybe can hear that slightly in the background, but the green light's on all these and it's saying ready, so like it's definitely in the hitting zone. Didn't hit that one enough, but it actually went. And right, so like before I felt like maybe I have a feeling from my limited testing there's a more narrow window that it's able to pick up the putts from, which kind of makes sense, but it seems like there's a more narrow window that you need to roll the putt through. That could be part of it. It seems like maybe I was starting those other ones too far left, so that one I tried to do it a little bit more to the right to see if it picked up, and it had like that was a pretty decent push. 2.7 degrees to the right. Maybe that's the case, I don't know, but not necessarily a complaint of the unit. Again, it's probably user error. It's just so far that's been my experience. And as you saw, even the square ball, that didn't seem to necessarily solve it right off the bat. So 28 feet. Too much. Now it's still a push. It seems like it likes it, maybe a little bit more to the right, but now I gotta go back a little bit unless I keep missing these right. 18 feet. A little bit better there. Still to the right. I'm not sure if this is something where you can do multiple people. So if you had like friends or family over, you could do like a putting kind of a putt off and maybe put a little bit of money on the line or something. Do some friendly bets. So far I'm 0 out of 8 putts that I've hit, which isn't very good. But I'll make one of these shorter ones, I would think. But same thing, I'm planning on doing the closest to the pin right after this. I'm not sure if you can do multiple players. I didn't take note of that before. I should have looked. But it would be cool if it's not available now, if they incorporated that feature. So you could do like say 1 to 4 people, and you could alternate. It would pop up the name, and you could alternate, and it basically turn that into a little competition. All right, 13 feet. Still not great on speed. The ones that were good on speed, I was thinking were just kind of lucky, and I still haven't holed one out of 9 putts. 17 feet. That one I feel like I started a little bit left and it did launch left. This thing is it's surprisingly, like, the fact that I just don't understand how it can be so accurate, which it is. Like that one, I thought I was pushing them, so that one I decided to shut it down a little bit and it did launch left. But like, even those little, like, putting, it's not much and it picks it up so accurately, which is crazy. All right, 6 feet. Let's put this one in. We've had some long ones to start. We need one to drop. Perfect. Finally. What am I, 1 out of 11? I can see myself, though. This could be something that could definitely consume some time. Even that one. So that one launched. That was pretty straight, though. It launched 0.7 to the right. I think it was Joe Legowski was saying for him and his putting, he's a way better player overall. Definitely a better putter than I am and better player overall by a lot. But I believe he was saying that for him, a good putt is either 0.5 left or 0.5 right. Ideally, as close to dead straight as you can. But for him, he likes to be in that 0.5 range one way or the other. I believe that's what he said. Hopefully I didn't misspeak on that. But 13 feet. All right, that was actually a pretty good putt. Just launched it a little bit too far left, but that would have if I think that probably would have caught the cup if I was a little more in line. Back to 25 feet now. But you kind of get the idea. Like I said, this could consume some time and it could become really addicting if you really want to improve your putting with these random distances. Maybe for feel, it would have been more beneficial. And in the future, if I'm just practicing, probably do the increasing. So you kind of get a feel for like the 5-footers and you work your way back and you give it a little bit more each time. This one is probably a little more challenging, bouncing around to the different distances. But 25 feet now. Not too bad. I would take that. 0.6 to the right. That's not bad. Needed a little bit more, but 48. And now we're back to this thing registering most of the time again, which is strange. 48 feet. And as soon as I say that, that's got to go. 33. Decent putt though, 0.5. I'm going to start using that as a rule of thumb. If I can launch it half a degree, either left or right, I would consider that a good putt. 22 feet. That one felt a little bit right, and it was a fraction right. Go in. We'll take that. We'll chalk that one up to luck again, considering we're only 2 out of 15. Mark my words, though. I will do this one. I will revisit this challenge in the future, maybe a month or two down the road, and hopefully I'm at least 50%, if not like 75% on some of these. Granted, obviously 40-footers, 50-footers, that's really long. Even 20 or 30 feet, those percentages are really low. But if I did like 20 putts at like 10 feet, I would think I would be, once I get the hang of this, a little more consistent. 40 feet. That's not very good. That one felt like I don't know, who knows. I'm not going to question it. That one felt like maybe it would be a little bit left, and I felt like could have been short. That was really short, and it actually launched 1.9 to the right. It's probably more to do with my start line than anything, but a little bit questionable on that one, maybe. But what are we at? 31. That's probably short too. Now I'm babying them. Better launch direction. That was 0.3. That's going to be the main thing. If I can dial in my launch direction one way or the other, like I'd be happy with that. If I had the speed there, that probably would have gone in. If I can dial in my launch direction to basically, that's more so of my start line of where I'm lined up to. If I can do that, then it just comes down to the feel and the pace of it. But I feel like it's going to be one thing at a time. That's probably too much if it doesn't hit the cup. Yeah. That one was left. All right, we'll hit a few more, and then we'll wrap this up. 21 feet. Better distance control. Too far to the right, though. We'll go until I hit one. We'll end it on the next one. And now I'm only 2 of 19. 12 feet. All right, there we go. Used all the cup on that one, but there you guys have it. Nice little cool look at the capabilities here of the Square Golf putting practice. I would assume they're going to keep improving things. There was a firmware update when I first got it 2 days ago. It updated that. I would assume they're going to keep making more and more improvements, more capabilities for the software. But the fact that you can use this, I'm just again using it on my computer. I haven't tried the app on my phone. I don't have an iPad, so I can't use that. But I would think at least half of the people that buy this unit, if not even like 75%, they're probably just going to be using the regular Square software with the courses and these capabilities like the putting practice, the closer to the pin, driving range, that kind of stuff. So wouldn't be surprised in the future with more and more users. This seems like a pretty hot selling, so to speak, I guess, unit. They're going to be selling a ton of stuff, a ton of new users. Wouldn't be surprised if they start rolling out some more different features and some different capabilities for the software. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I really need to practice on my putting. I'm going to try to do some closer to the pin action after this, so that should be the video after this one. But if you want to see me do any other testing here with the Square, please let me know down in the comments. Any comments, questions, concerns. Unfortunately, like I said, there's not a ton to go through. Basically, from what I've seen, it's just the courses, 10 courses available. There's another 10 coming. The driving range, which is cool, which most people use. This putting practice, and then closest to the pin. So you have basically 4 options. But I'm going to go through all of them and then start getting into the courses eventually, maybe tomorrow. So like always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.